Hey there, everybody. So, Misha here. I'm going to give a quick movie review for something I just watched, Smile. Smile 2. Definitely worth seeing. I was actually really surprised by this one because I enjoyed Smile 1, but I wasn't quite expecting this to be like a 2 hour plus experience that would manage not to have pacing problems. It somehow made it work. I didn't feel like, so let me put it this way. It was tough to watch this movie in a good way. I didn't feel like I got to hour, one, and I wanted it to finish up soon. And that's how I feel of many horror movies. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I get what it is. Wrap it up in about 15 minutes. Like I oftentimes will find many horror movies would benefit from sometimes being more like an hour 10 minutes, an hour 15 minutes than an hour 30 or an hour 45. Like, and I'm not against using more time if it helps, but it's just sometimes it's just like sometimes it's not helpful, and it'd be better if it was closer to say like a Black Mirror ceiling. Now, I think this film worked for so many reasons because it got into, I think, both mental health and then also more specifically kind of like familial greed as well as superstardom greed, media greed, celebrity greed, kind of how we drive people to maintain a certain image. And even though I'm not a superstar, I could relate to the main character in so many ways. Feeling like you're being used, like for whatever abilities you have, and like people that rely on you. Are they truly there for you because they want to see you succeed and they love you, or are they just there for them? And sometimes it's okay if it's just there for them. But what made this movie, I think, particularly horrifying was that the main character should have had more people there for her. And when I was watching this, as horrifying as it was to understand that she had this, demon. So I'm going to assume, guys, anyone watching Smile 2, watch Smile 1. So you guys know the basic premise of it makes you smile, and then like around a week later you die. Like, okay, that's the basic premise. So like I'm watching this, and obviously that concept is terrifying. And something I was a little bit worried about was like, okay, that concept was used already. Sometimes what happens with horror movies is they use the concept and then it becomes stale. It doesn't have that same kick to it. Well, Smile 2, I think, got that kick, and it didn't do it necessarily, I think, through the gore. I don't think it was through the violence. People were telling me, and the whole marketing campaign was about the violence, and yes, I was looking through my fingers many, many times. I'm a wimp when it comes to horror movies and blood. Everyone knows that if they watch any of my movie reviews. I'm all for it. One of the reasons I go to the movie theater is it holds me accountable to try and stay and watch through it. Versus if I watch at home. I was doing a live stream of The Fly actually last week. I had to stop it halfway through because it was that grotesque to me. If I watched The Fly in theaters, I probably would have made it through. Anyway, the gore and the violence, yes, they raised the bar and stuff, and I thought it was appropriate in the circumstances in which it was used, in particular to represent really the horror of some of the self-inflicted and damage inflicted on others as well, deaths. So that's all horrifying, but then it's also horrifying knowing that like you're watching this character be let down, like this woman let down like time and time again, and anyone would kind of be looking at her as well and like would be gaslighting her, like saying that it's all you, or like the problem's all you. Like I felt like I could relate to this. I feel like I also know some people are kind of like her, like in real life as well, and I kind of work with some as well, where like people will partner with you purely for kind of selfish reasons, and kind of or people around you, and you kind of have to determine which people are ones that you want around. And also, it's okay to partner with people that want money or want to do something selfish. Selfish is fine. We live in a society, but to be a lonely artist, I'm just thinking, a lonely artist of that much superstardom going through the grief that the character had, which you'll see if you watch the movie as well. It really left me feeling terrified, I think, from a mental health standpoint. It was more psychological. This is a psychological movie, not a slasher. People are going to say slasher. No, this is psychological thriller. Psychological thriller, psychological horror. Anyway, Very much worth the watch. My name is Misha. This is Turtle TV, our Smile 2 review. We're giving it 5 out of 5 shells. One of the best movies of this October horror 2024 season.